This bag caught me totally off guard, and honestly, it might be the best golf bag I have reviewed all year. What is it? Should you buy it? Well, that's what we're gonna talk about today. If you're in the market for a new golf bag, keep watching because this is one you might want to pick up. All right, so here's what you should know about me. I've got two favorite bags right now. I mean, there's a lot of good bags, but there's two that I predominantly use the most. One, the Vessel Player 5 Pro. This is what I call a hybrid bag. It's a pretty big bag, so even though it's a carry bag, it's great if you were using a push cart or a cart on a regular basis and you occasionally walk. The second bag I use is the Jones Rover Stand. This is a much lighter bag, it's a little more minimalist. It's great if you walk most of your rounds and then occasionally use a push cart or a cart. But this new bag here, this kind of came out of nowhere, and in some ways it's like the perfect balance of both of those bags. What is it? It is the new Vessel Lux Stand. And honestly, I did not expect to ever find a Vessel bag that I liked more than their Player series. Aside from the major critique across the board about that bag is that it's heavy, it weighs over 7.5 pounds. And the strap system is great, so it usually doesn't feel like it's that heavy, but still, compared to most of the golf bags you would be considering to carry on a golf course, it's definitely among the heaviest. That aside, I love the storage, I love the way it looks, I love the way it feels, I love everything about it. So when I got this, the Vessel Lux Stand, I expected it to be good, but I didn't expect it to replace either of those other two bags I was using on a regular basis. What I've found now, after 7 rounds with this, is it is excellent. It has all of the versatility of the Jones bag that I like, as well as nearly all the benefits of the Vessel bags I like. So let's break it down. Let's go through. We're going to talk about first impressions. We're going to talk about performance, features, some cons, a few things that maybe I don't like, and then we're going to help you figure out if it is right for you, and if it's not, what some other better bags might be. Hey, real quick, before we get too far into this, 2 things. 1, if you're still not sure if this is the right bag for you or if you should get something else, go take our 30-second quiz. You're gonna answer a few questions around what you're looking for, and I'm going to give you my best recommendation on the bag that is the best fit for your needs. 2nd, if you click any of the links below, you buy any of the bags that we're talking about, I will get a commission. I honestly do not care if you buy any of these bags or not. My whole goal here is to give you my honest feedback based on my experiences that will hopefully help you find the right products for your needs. If that bothers you, just don't click any of the links and go do all of your own research. There are plenty of other reviews out there. All right, let's get back to it. So one of the first things I noticed is that the synthetic leather of this bag is actually a different material than they use on the Player series. So this bag comes in crosshatch green. So crosshatch is that kind of leather pattern that they use, and it adds a really nice texture. I don't know that it feels quite as high-end as the synthetic leather on the Player series, but it looks great and it still feels excellent and very high-end. The next thing I noticed was just how similar it is to the Player 5 Pro. It essentially is the exact same bag, just shrunken down like 20 or 25%, which I was expecting to not be a big fan of when it comes to space, because I'm a bit of a pack rat. I like to shove a whole bunch of things in, but we're gonna get to that when we talk about performance in just a second. I will say that when I got it out of the box and I noticed it was so similar to the Player 5 Pro, I got really excited because I think that bag is set up perfectly. For the way I use a golf bag and the way I like to store things, I think is a wonderfully laid out bag, and that's exactly what we got here. A wonderfully laid out bag. You also notice right off the bat that some of the hallmarks that make this a luxury bag are still here. So the fact you've got this like velvet-like material on the shoulder straps, you've also got it near the club dividers up here, it both feels and looks really nice and really high-end. They also have genuine leather touch points with some of the zipper pulls as well as the main top handle here, which I love. I think this top handle is great. So often with bags, you get this kind of cheap, thin plastic thing, even on some high-end bags. And so to have a big, thick, soft leather grip, I think is one of the best features of both this and other Vessel bags. Hey, have you subscribed yet? Why not? What are you waiting for? I'll wait. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let's get back to the video. As far as other features of this bag goes, you're gonna find a lot of the things that you're going to see on many other Vessel bags. First off, you've got this rangefinder pouch that is perfectly placed. I actually still have my Voice Caddy TL1 in here. The fact that it's magnetic makes it super easy to access. You also have dual water bottle sleeves on the side that are magnetic that work great. Big front pouch, a cooler line pouch over on the other side, as well as a valuables pocket up here, which is super deep and super soft. The stands are made of carbon fiber, they look cool, and the rotator base is one of the best in the business. When you put it down to stand, the legs unlock perfectly, everything sits in place. Very, very well done. And on that note, I do want to comment on that real quick because there's another bag I have tested recently that is very similar to this, and I think a lot of you are going to be comparing this bag to that bag. and that is the Sun Mountain Match Play. It is the successor to the Sun Mountain Mid-Stripe, which I think is one of the most underrated bags of all time, but the new Match Play looks excellent. It definitely is in the running for best looking golf bag, and the version that I got it in also happened to be in a cool green colorway. So these two bags, they're both luxury premium bags, they're both relatively expensive, they both have really cool green colorways, and they're both a very similar size. So it's natural that you're gonna start drawing some comparisons. One of the big hangups I had on that bag was the stand system. The legs often just won't quite pop out all the way. It needs to go like another 15%, so often I'll set it down and I just have to give it like an extra push to get the legs to extend all the way out so that I don't feel like the bag is going to fall over. You don't have any of that with this Vessel bag, which was nice to see. With both these bags, I think the green colorway is excellent. With the Match Play, it's definitely more of a brighter, more like Kelly green. So if you're looking for something that's going to stand out a little bit more, be a little bit more unique, have a bag where you are going to be the only one at the golf course with it, that could be a good way to go. With this bag, it's more of a darker forest green and you get that nice crosshatch texture. It just feels a little bit more classy, a little bit more subdued, and it's gonna fly under the radar a little bit more. One big thing I was worried about with this bag is the garment sleeve. So as someone who often carries a giant camera around with me, often carries a layer, maybe a bottle of sunscreen, I was worried that there wasn't going to be enough space in here. There's bags like the Stitch SL2 comes to mind. Really good looking bag, but the garment pouch is borderline unusable because it is so tight. Not the case here. It is definitely smaller than what you get with the Player 5, and I do miss the luxuriousness of having that much space, but I was able to get a sweatshirt, a bottle of sunscreen, and my camera in here with minimal problems. I will say that when you load it up that much, and I only had this happen like 1 or 2 times over the course of 7 rounds with this, you might get a little bit of club tangle as everything that's in here tends to compress the inside of the bag and can sometimes get things to hang up just a little bit. However, despite the fact this is a much smaller bag than the Player 5 Pro, club tangle in general was very, very rarely an issue. I had 14 clubs, they all fit really well, and the only time I had any problems was when I loaded up this pocket here. But now let's get to the elephant in the room. The big knock on Vessel bags tends to be that they are heavy. They are a caddy's worst nightmare. I have shown up at clubs so many times with Vessel bags and they just kind of give me this look like, ugh, really? Come on. So I very intentionally chose this specific bag for a recent trip to Ballyneal. I played 4 rounds, each round had a caddy, and my hope was that this was going to be light enough to not make them really angry. Well, good news. I've never had this happen with the Vessel bag, but the first round I walk up, I've got all my stuff in here, caddy picks up the bag, and I was like, hey, just let me know, do I need to take anything out? I wanna make sure everything's not too heavy for you. Oh no, dude, this is super light. You should have seen the group ahead of you. Their bags were ridiculous. This is like half the weight of that. You're all good. So that right there, that says a lot. If you've been hesitant to buy a Vessel bag because you think that they are too heavy and you want a bag that you can carry, this is going to be the one I would probably consider. I got a couple facts wrong in my original version of this video, so I just wanted to set the record straight here. As I mentioned, if I were looking for a lighter Vessel golf bag, I would probably go with the Lux Stand. But there is an even lighter weight option in the form of the Player Air. So the Player Air is 4.5 pounds or 5 pounds with the strap. The Lux Stand is 5.7 pounds or 6.3 pounds with the strap. So a little over 1 pound more than the Player Air. A nice benefit to the Player Air is that it is a little bit bigger and more similar to the Player Series bag. So you're gonna have a bigger opening up top, you're gonna have a bigger garment pouch, which, if you know me, that's something I really like. That being said, there's something about the size of the Lux Stand which I've just kind of found to be perfect. As I've been enjoying walking more versus using a push cart, having a bag that feels great to carry that doesn't encourage me to pack more stuff into it has been really nice, and the Lux Stand fits that perfectly. I also think part of the reason that I've enjoyed carrying this particular bag so much are the equilibrium straps. Now, all of the Vessel bags have this, and it makes all of the Vessel bags feel a little bit lighter than they are. So for me, carrying the Lux Stand, even though it is a little bit more than the Player Air, I personally like the look of it better, I like the materials, and it doesn't feel like I'm carrying a bag that's that much heavier. Okay, I think that covers all the issues I missed, so back to the original video. So now that we're talking about walking with this and how it is a joy to carry, let's talk real quick about my other favorite walking bag, which is the Jones Rover Stand. So whereas I feel like this and the Sun Mountain Match Play gonna have a lot of comparisons, very similar bags, the Jones Rover Stand and this, they're gonna be a little bit different, serving a little bit of a different market. So the Jones bag only weighs 4.2 pounds, which is almost a pound lighter than this. That bag has a totally different aesthetic, it has a different layout, and it's kind of serving a different market. If you're looking for more of like a hype bag that all the cool kids have, that's got some amazing color blocked colorways with some vintage style, is also super light to carry and retails for under $100 less than this, then that's the bag to go get. Whereas this bag feels a little bit more elevated, a little more refined, a little more serious, but also it does feel more high-end, more luxurious, and has better finishings across the bag. But you're paying for that considering that this retails for $399 and the Jones Rover retails for $285. And to that point, that's really my only major concern is that $399, it's still a lot of money for a golf bag. So just by that fact alone, this bag is not going to be for everyone. If I had to nitpick other critiques, there's really only one, and that's that the rain hood, which looks great and is very high-end, it's the same material, it matches the bag, it's heavy and it's bulky, and so it kind of takes up the entire garment pouch if you want to take it. And this is the case with pretty much all Vessel golf bags. So I just personally don't carry that rain hood ever. I don't ever use it. If it's gonna rain, I'll put a towel over it and just kind of deal with it. So even though that it wouldn't look quite as nice or feel quite as high end, I do wish that they just had a super light nylon rain hood I could just throw over the top, but honestly, that's a pretty minor critique. So should you buy this bag? The answer is yes. I mean, this is honestly an amazing golf bag. I really didn't expect there would be another Vessel bag that would get me to switch over from using the Player 5 Pro on a regular basis, but I think this has done it. I've kind of realized that I don't necessarily need as much space as I thought I did. This has forced me to pack just a little bit lighter, but I never found myself missing anything. It's also stable enough to work great on a push cart or a regular cart, considering it still has a cart strap pass-through. So it's built to be able to be used on a cart, and I did. One of the 7 rounds I've played with this so far was on a cart, and I had absolutely 0 issues. If you're someone who does predominantly ride in a cart and you'd like to have a little bit more space, then yeah, I think it's worth upgrading to the Player 5 Pro. If you like the look of the Sun Mountain Match Play better, you want to save a few bucks, and you like the idea of having a bag that chances are nobody else is going to have, then definitely, I would go out and get that one. If you like the cool factor of the Jones bags, you want to save some money, and you want an even lighter bag, absolutely, I still recommend that, and I will still be using that bag a ton. But if you want a bag that can kind of do all of those things, look really cool, feel really high-end, be a dream to carry, and still have space to put in everything that you need, I mean, it's hard to get much better than this. I really think this is the best bag I've reviewed in 2025, and if I'm being honest, the Player 5's probably gonna sit in the closet for a little while I continue to use this one. Not to mention the fact that one benefit was it was a lot easier to pack my golf travel bag. This didn't take up quite as much space, it was easier to fit some extra shoes in there, a couple extra layers, so when traveling, it was really nice to have that smaller bag. So, I'm a fan. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, but here we are. And I think that this is what you're in the market for. You are going to be very happy with it. My name is Sean Ogle, founder of this thing here at Breaking 80, where we talk about cool golf products and cool golf courses. If you got some value out of this, then maybe hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, give a thumbs up, do all those YouTube-y things. And if you're still not sure which bag is right for you, go take our 30-second quiz. You're gonna answer a few questions around what you're looking for, and I'm gonna give you my best recommendation on the bag that I think is going to best fit your needs. If you're not sure what to watch next, go watch my overview of all of my favorite golf bags that are currently on the market, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.